Got a 2017 Nissan Altima. Today we're going to replace this engine torque mount located right here on the left side of the engine. So the tools that you'll need is a ratchet, 10 millimeter. You're going to need a 13 millimeter socket, and then you're going to need a 18 millimeter socket. Also, something that's going to come very useful is a pry bar. So let's get started. So first we need to get this coolant reservoir out the way, held in by one 10 millimeter bolt. We can set this aside once we get that bolt out. This engine torque mount has two bolts, one right there and one on the side. This back one is going to be hard to get out because this bar is in the way. But I'm going to show you a trick that I found. You're going to have to remove these two 13 millimeter bolts, and that's where this pry bar is going to come in handy. So let's get these two bolts out and I'll show you what I'm going to do to get this bolt out. I did fail to mention that it probably would be best if you had a swivel or a swivel socket itself that's an 18 millimeter to get to this bolt, because you're going to have to pry up on this. After you get the two bolts out, you need to use your pry bar to pry up against on this bar so you can access this bolt. Or if you have a really long ratcheting wrench that's a size 18, that'll work even better. I'm doing this at home, so I don't have all my tools with me, but I'm still going to make this happen. So once you get this bolt loose and freely, then we'll be able to pry this up and pull this bolt out. All right, now we have the bolt all the way loose. We can't remove it until we pry up on here. So I'm gonna have to set the phone down so I can get this bolt out, but all you gotta do is pry up on this one and you should be able to wiggle this bolt out. And then we can work on getting the one right here on the side out of the way. All right, we got it out the way. Now let's move this one and we can remove this mount and reinstall the new one. This mount is broken. That's the reason we're replacing this one. It's very common on these Nissan Altimas. All right, we got the new one. Now we're gonna install this one and we should be finished. If you like this video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.